Chris.
Yes, Rich.
You got me ready for my first take appearance today.
Did my best.
Which was a blast. That was so much fun. That was a heck of a lot of fun. And they sent me topics that I thought they were going to hit.
Yep.
But really didn't, because we got stuck in the making fun of Michael Irvin wormhole.
Disrespectful.
That was very nice that they also showed a shot of me.
Lane, yeah.
They didn't put that. Like, hey, well, we're going to talk about your ancient history here. They're from 2006 to 2003. They put me up there as I can't believe it, man. That's a 20 coming up 6-year-old clip. At any rate, but I sent you the topics that they did send me to prepare.
Yeah.
And how close are they to the ones that you gave me yesterday to prepare?
Close.
The first one is kind of provocative.
Close,
in a way.
yeah, because we were kind of talking about that, and TJ and I, and then the one that we went with was, if either of these guys lose, who's more likely to be back with their team next year?
Right.
Sort of close.
And I said Brady over Rodgers.
Right. So theirs was what would a loss mean for Rodgers' legacy?
And I saw that, and I thought to myself, why are we going negative? What would a win mean to Rodgers' legacy?
First take, bro. That's why.
What would a win mean for Rodgers' legacy? A win would mean
nothing. It would mean nothing.
That's untrue.
If they win on Sunday, it means nothing.
No.
It means
First of all, they what this means is a Super Bowl.
I don't think so. I think if they lose on Sunday, you're there to preview a divisional round. So if they lose, to the 49ers, it means he's out.
I don't know if he's out. I don't know if he's out. I think he still has to take stock where his best chance is. And obviously, too, we have to see the manner in which he goes out. Although, I don't know if that'll matter. The only reason why I say that is going into the NFC Championship game, nobody saw coming taking him off the field for a field goal to make it a 5-point game as opposed to letting him go for it from goal to go.
Right.
Nobody saw that coming. And obviously that was an experience that both Rodgers and LaFleur will never revisit again. And they were able to put whatever pieces that might have been falling apart right there back together clearly. And you also have a young coach who is terrific and knows you. And you've got a youngish receiver in Adams who's terrific and knows you and you know him and you love
Also
the scene there.
agent.
And he's not going anywhere.
Devontae Adams?
No.
They'll
franchise him. They'll franchise him.
All right,
at the very least. So that's why I'm saying, but in terms of a win for Rodgers.
This weekend, nothing.
Well, I'm
to
talking about ultimately. That's the way I took that.
Oh.
I know I'm coming on to do division playoff weekend, but we're talking about a win. We're talking about legacies. You're hearing about Rodgers' legacy. A win would put him on equal footing in terms of amounts of championships in Green Bay with Bart Starr and put him in front of in front of Favre. And it would also, with the rest of his records, make Rodgers arguably the greatest quarterback in the history of the Green Bay Packers.
He already is. But
there's still some old school folks. So Bart Starr has on his resume, it's like the Neil Armstrong. Hey, I walked on the moon. What'd you do? I was first to walk on the moon. What'd you do? Hey, I won. I was the MVP of Super Bowls 1 and 2. What'd you do? So.
Next up, we went Allen versus Mahomes, more titles in the next 5 years.
Right.
They went, what statement can Josh Allen make against Patrick Mahomes this weekend? Like, kind of what?
I didn't get that one.
It's kind of like I'm in your class.
Look, I said it earlier. I said he is in his class already. He's in his class financially. He's in his class.
Well, no, he's not, because he's never been to a Super Bowl, never won a Super Bowl, never won an MVP. So he's not in Patrick Mahomes'
I guess then a win this weekend would put him in that class. I consider him one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL and living up to his billing. No pun intended.
Nice.
And as I said earlier, Brady's out of the conference now. So who's the OG of the conference? Is this guy. Certainly Roethlisberger, the actual true OG in terms of age, out. But he wasn't in a position to win championships. You'd have to go through Ben. Who's the guy you have to go through? Who's the guy who's going to be there for a long time? Who is the guy already who's got so much on his resume at this young age? Yeah, right. So it's Mahomes. This is the king you have to go for and come through. And if you lose a second straight time, it's not the end of the world because you still have a lot of runway in front of you. Now would be the good time. Certainly since that shot again of Stephon Diggs looking at the podium that had just been erected in Arrowhead, and he's out there with confetti all over the place looking at this championship moment, taking it in so he can see it all for himself as the Bills had just lost. The fact that they are back in this building in the same matchup in the division round the next year, something that a team that lost the previous championship game season to that same team has not had since the 04 Colts, who, by the way, did lose to the Patriots a second time in a row. The fact that they're back is so huge. So a win would basically, for you, if you need the win to make him on par with or in the same club as Mahomes, I would put him in that same club right now as a game-changing quarterback who can beat you with his arms and his legs and also beat the crap out of you.
I need him to win a Super Bowl and a title.
No, I know that in terms of being literally in the, but I'm just talking in general.
Rich,
with
first take.
decade
first
down the
take,
road. I know. I got it.
And then it also, could this be the next great QB rivalry? I think we went there with our question.
I think so, yeah.
Bengals topic, how far can Joe Burrow carry this Bengals team?
All the way to the Super Bowl. I would have said that there is my first take, and that's my take here, all the way to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Absolutely.
In the same way that I laid out the incredible run that the Niners could go on earlier in the show, the Bengals with Chase and Boyd and Higgins and Mixon, Hendrickson's back on that line. They got the kickers too, man. The OG Huber and McPherson, that kid. Burrow coming for you, like built for this sort of thing. They could take them all the way to the Super Bowl.
They could.
Fact.
They got the fire. And then same game, the significance of the return of Derrick Henry. I think we all know that.
Yeah.
And then lastly, is it too much of even Tom Brady to overcome injuries and get back to the Super Bowl?
No.
Is it asking too much?
Well, we've been talking about this on Game Day Morning quite a bit. Like Brady, take a look at everybody. Go and Google who his weapons were in his first few years with the Patriots, in this first dynastic run with the Patriots. The second run with Gronk and Edelman is like a different universe compared to the guys he was winning with, for Antoine Smith and Patton. With the ultimate of respect to them, they're champions.
Yeah.
But he's
Deion Branch and
the
Troy
way
Brown.
that he won back-to-back the first time.
Well, defense,
with also, a bunch of guys that collectively you don't think are, can't put together for one Pro Bowl player. He went to Tampa because he had two Pro Bowl wide receivers, one of whom was now gone. For him to go back-to-back, he's going to have to win it in the same way that he went back-to-back with the Patriots. Find his Deion Branch.
Almost 20 years ago.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
Crazy.
So it's not too much to ask him. He's done it before. And he could do it again. So that was the run right there.
Let's run. Good time.
Okay, and I want to thank, Stephen A. for inviting me on and being on with Molly and the rest of the crew there. That was great, being back on the Worldwide Leader. The Mothership, as Dan calls him. Mm-hmm. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.